Hey guys, what's up? It's your host, Kanika Law, and I'm with none other than Jessica Sonneborn. Cheers to doing such an amazing job in the movie, The House Across the Street. I saw it last night, Jessica, and I have to say it was I was not expecting it to be so naturally suspenseful and unpredictable, and you did such an amazing, intense job with your character. Now tell me, when you received the script, what was it about the character that really spoke volumes to you?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for saying that. It means a lot. When I first started reading the script, I really loved the role of Amy because she is so intense. I'm a pretty naturally happy, easygoing person, I want to say, and she's not at all. And so I like kind of playing something that's the opposite of who I am and really kind of finding that little piece of myself that I can create this character around, based on the script. The fact that she didn't have a lot of makeup, I never had my hair done once in the movie. I washed my hair every morning, and that was it.
I could just go to set with it done, like after the shower, pretty much.
Did not brush it, nothing. Because it's, if you see the movie, it's part of who she is. She's not somebody that's trying to be looked at in a sexual way or at all. And you'll find out why when you watch the movie. But that was really attractive to me because I like female characters that aren't all about their looks. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with who she is and her story.
You make such a good point because your character was more about being so much more dominant over men, over the history that you had. And it's funny how you say you're so laid back, you're so happy in real life. So what did you have to do to prepare? I mean, what kind of books did you have to read or TV shows you had to watch to really get into that psychotic, I would say, character?
Well, first of all, for about 3 months before filming, Arthur and I were in touch. The director of the film, Arthur Lunn, is actually deaf, so we could not talk on the phone. But we had about an hour, at least an hour a day of communication where he studied me. That he wanted me to meditate. I think I lied and told him I was meditating. I was not meditating. I'm way too...
It's hard to meditate. You have to just shut your mind off for a good amount of time.
I'm not good at that. I'm easygoing, but I can't sit there and not think about anything. I'm like, no.
No, it's definitely a challenge. So, of course, you mentioned the director, Arthur, being deaf, and his production company specifically is catered for American Sign Language.
Yes.
So tell me how that was, that whole experience.
The first time we shot, we were shooting with Courtney Gaines and Ethan Embry that week. And so we had a translator there all the time when they were there. Right. So that was definitely a unique experience. And we would speak to the translator to communicate with Arthur, and he would speak back. Kind of an unbelievable experience to have to go through a translator to communicate. But on the legs of this journey where we were filming and there wasn't a name actor, we didn't always have a translator, so Arthur and I would text message or do like iPhone notes kind of thing. And I would say by the end of the shoot, we were able to communicate kind of without words because I knew when he was happy, I knew when he was not happy. He was more involved in my performance than any director I've ever worked with. The 3 months of research he implemented during filming a psychological warfare on me because he wanted me to be method. And he warned me. He's like, I'm going to drive you crazy and you're not going to like me. He said, you're not going to like me by the end of the shoot. And on the last day, I was proud to say, Arthur, it's not that I definitely like you. You definitely drove me a little bit insane, but I was a willing participant in that, and it was really fun.
And also, you've done a lot of horror. Tell me, what is it about the horror genre that really excites you and thrills you?
I would say the intensity. Working on horror movies is so much energy and so much excitement, and there's nothing more fun for me than to get into a really intense scene and run around and cry and scream, and it's hard to explain if you're not an actor, but you actually get high from that experience when you're performing really well and it's working and everything's clicking. I mean,
it must be hard to shake it off though afterwards, after you're like in this intense mode, and like, don't you go home like totally depressed, like, oh.
I know some people that really work themselves up, but I'm not like that. I'm not method. I don't, it doesn't it doesn't affect me at all. And it actually, the DP of the thing I was shooting this week, he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, and I just started laughing, and he's like, you love doing that, don't you? And I was like, because I'm crying, I've got snot coming down, but no, it doesn't affect me at all.
And before this interview, we were talking a little bit about where you came from. You're from Connecticut. You said you grew up on a farm, or kind of. But you never knew you were going to be this actress in the entertainment industry. Tell me kind of about growing up and what led you, what inspired you to go into this industry?
Well, my dad was a film historian as a hobby. He went to NYU, got his master's, and collects movie posters and used to collect film. But I think he deep down really wanted to be an actor, but didn't pursue it. So yeah, I kind of just like put that in the back of my mind, and grew up on this big piece of property where I had like rescue animals that I would bring home, and my parents were just really cool about it. They weren't farmers or anything like that, but I had a goat and chickens and ducks and horses and stuff like that. So I don't know, the acting thing really, it came to me after I was teaching in inner city Boston and really frustrated with where my career was. And then it turned into something that I was just like, I'm just gonna run off to Hollywood, with a dream. And I kind of haven't looked back. I enjoy every day. I think everybody should. If you don't like what you're doing, life is happening. So do something that makes you happy, and this is what makes me happy. So.
Now tell me, for someone who has not seen the movie or heard much about The House Across the Street, why would you tell them to go see it?
I think that you should go see The House Across the Street because it is an incredibly suspenseful and fast-paced thriller. It's a story about a girl. Women should see it because it's a female-driven movie, which there aren't a ton of. And she's really an interesting character because she's so fragile but so strong at the same time. She's a total mix of the two, I would say. And just because it's fun. It's a fun movie.
It definitely is. I completely support that. So we're going to play a little rapid fire round with Jessica. Are you ready for this? All right, ready? East Coast or West Coast?
East.
Good answer.
Did I say that?
Last thing you ate?
Toast.
How would
Gluten-free toast.
How would you like your steak?
Rare.
Favorite place to write?
In a cozy nook.
Career you would have besides acting?
A chef.
What would you cook?
I cook everything. I'm gluten-free. I've had celiac for the last 15 years. I was diagnosed, and so I have learned to cook everything gluten-free.
Good for you.
Not for trendy reasons, for health, because I will get very sick. But I am a very good cook.
Okay, we have to see some of this off camera. Bollywood or Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Really? You're sitting next to an Indian girl. You could just lie.
Bollywood.
Yeah, I could see you in a Bollywood film.
Really?
Yeah. Sixth Sense or The Ring?
Sixth Sense.
Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt?
Oh my gosh, Brad Pitt.
Your biggest pet peeve?
Bad driving in Hollywood. Oh my gosh, the worst.
And last thing, if in real life, would Jessica go across the street? And see what was happening.
I think I definitely would. I definitely would. I'm a big advocate of standing up for what is right. So Amy thought it was right, and I would do the same.
Well, you're a powerful girl on camera and off camera. So honestly, Jessica, thank you so much for this interview, for giving me your time, and I hope it was fun. You guys definitely should check Jessica out, of course, and the rest of the cast. The House Across the Street, now in select theaters and on iTunes and Amazon. Thank you so much.